Hello and welcome back to the Colorado Rockies franchise here on MLB The Show 21. Today we open up today's episode with some bad news. Colton Welker, one of our minor league players and one of our prospects, will be out for 2 to 3 months with a fractured hand. In corresponding moves, we move Brett Boswell, who's on our 40-man roster, up to AAA, and Alan Trejo to AA. In the preparation for our game against the Philadelphia Phillies, Brendan Rodgers pulled his leg muscle, so he won't be able to go today. Chris Owings will start in his place. Brendan Rodgers maybe been our best player so far this year. He is absolutely crushing the baseball right now. And the Rockies sit at 7-11 after sweeping the Houston Astros in a 2-game series. And it'll be Antonio Senzatella on the mound. He's gotten off to a little bit of a rough start today. Hopefully he can get back on track at home in Coors Field. You can see he's 0 for 3 so far in the year in 17 2/3 inning with a 4.58 ERA. Leading it off in the 1-1 count, the throw to first is in time for the first out as Senzatella is able to retire the first batter on the day, Gene Segura. Alex Bohm, Bryce Harper, Rhys Hoskins, JT Realmuto, Didi Gregorius, Andrew McCutchen, a pretty solid Philadelphia Phillies roster and lineup for the most part. Bohm up, he hits this one softly to Owings at second base. Routine play for the second out of the inning as we're 1 out away from Senzatella working a routine first inning. But now we have Bryce Harper up. He's back to an MVP type level performance so far. Early on in the year, he doesn't like the call there. He started making his way to first base, and the count is full at 3-2. This one is flied to left field. Raimel Tapia will go back. He's underneath it for the final out of the inning, and Senzatella with a very nice first inning. On the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies is Bailey Falter. He started twice so far this year and has not been great with an ERA over 5. Raimel Tapia in the leadoff spot again with Brendan Rodgers out, and he's gotten off to a really tough start this year, hitting below 200 at 148. He starts us off with a fly to left field and an easy play for the first out of the bottom of the first inning. Now hitting second with a full count, it's Charlie Blackmon. He's up to 246 now, but goes down on the nasty breaking ball in the bottom part of the zone. Trevor Story has his OPS up to 760 and is on an 8-game hitting streak, starting to get a little bit hotter. He played great against the Astros and leads us with a ball off the wall, and that will be a 2-out double as Trevor Story extends his hitting streak out to 9 games with his 6th double on the season. Now CJ Cron, he crushes this one into the gap, and that one is gone. A 2-run homer, 430 feet, the third on the season for CJ Cron to give us a 2-0 lead as we get a second look at this one. Change up in the zone, misplacement there by Falter, and we'll move into the second inning. That breaking ball is left up in the zone, but Garrett Hampson with his speed in center field is able to track that one down. You can see, like I said, Chris Owings at second in our defensive lineman. Pretty much everything else is the same though. Realmuto up, and he crushes this one to left field. It's hooking towards the foul pole, but it will sneak in as the solo homer for the catcher cuts the lead down to 1 as Senzatella gives up the big fly ball. Now let's see if Senzatella can regroup himself, and no, he can. This one is driven to right field, and this one is gone. Back-to-back homers for the Philadelphia Phillies, the 5th on the season for Didi Gregorius, as Senzatella has allowed back-to-back homers, and this game is tied back up at 2. Andrew McCutchen up now as he lifts this one into the right center field gap. Hansen will track it down and get it in, but it is a 1-out double for McCutchen, as Senzatella may be starting to fall apart a little bit in this second inning. Now this one is hit hard. Hampson will try and go back, but it's all the way to the warning track. He can't track it down. McCutchen will round third, and now heading to third. Throw is not in time. It's an RBI triple as the Philadelphia Phillies take their first lead on the day. This one is bounced to Trevor Story at short. He fires to first base. He is second in the majors right now in errors with 5. As the Phillies score 4 runs in the top of the second, now Josh Fuentes up outside of the zone with a high changeup, but it gets down in right field, rolls all the way up to the wall. Harper tracks it down, fires it in quickly, but it will be a 1-out double for Josh Fuentes, who has really struggled so far in the season. Chris Owings up in the 8th hole. He's hitting .292, but grounds this one to Didi Gregorius, who fires to Hoskins at first base for the 2nd out of the inning. Now a 2-1 count for Garrett Hampson, who's striking out on 35% of his plate appearance so far this year. Just an absolutely abysmal rate for a guy who doesn't really hit for power. And now this one is a dribbler to Falter, and the throw is not in time. That's what Hampson can do with all of his speed. It's ruled a base hit, so Tapia up with runners on the corner. A curveball left in the middle of the zone, but no more damage done, as it's an easy play in center field, as Falter is able to escape with no damage in the jam. Alex Bohm up as this one gets down, misplayed by Charlie Blackmon. Hampson will have to track it down himself, and he gets it in, but it is a lead-off double for the Philadelphia Phillies. Senzatella only 2 innings pitched so far with 4 earned runs, no strikeouts, hasn't walked anyone, but definitely giving up some loud contact. Hampson coming up, he'll come up firing to home, but not even close, as another runner will score the 5th run allowed by Antonio Senzatella. Now this one is lifted into left field, Tapia coming on, but the blooper lands, and now runners on first and second with still nobody out. Real Muto up, and there is a big strikeout in the first on the day for Antonio Senzatella. Didi Gregorius up, he hits this one hard, and the double play. Nice job by CJ Cron to help out his young pitcher and get him out of the inning. Now we move to the top of the 4th with 2 outs, and Senzatella works an easy 4th inning, no runners allowed, and gets out of it quite easily with 3 outs. Now runner on first for Chris Owings. He hits this one back up the middle between the second and shortstop, and now the throw comes in, but it'll be 2 on with 2 outs for Garrett Hampson. He's 1 for 1 so far today, but the soft line drive goes right to Hoskins at first base for the final out of the inning. Senzatella back on the mound in the 5th. This one's hooking left and does not get out of here. 2.3 feet away from a home run for Gene Segura. Instead, he lines it to Chris Owings for the 1st out of the inning, as Senzatella up to 58 pitches so far. Bryce Harper up with 2 outs and hits it against the shift. It gets through for a 2-out single for the former MVP. Now it's Hoskins up, 94-mile-per-hour fastball, another fastball up to 95, now the 1-2 count, and out of the zone, slider swinging 88 miles per hour, as Senzatella's now through 5. He's starting to settle down a little bit and is back on track. Trevor Story up, full count. He's hitting an insane .857 right now with runners in scoring position, so Falter decides to walk him, and that would end his day, as somehow Antonio Senzatella ends up outlasting Falter, and it'll be Vince Velasquez on for his 11th appearance on the season. 2-0 count to CJ Cron, who has scored our only run so far today, and now the throw will come home, but not in time, so we get our 3rd run, and it'll be runners on the corner, still only 1 out. Ryan McMahon will go down swinging. He's striking out on 34% of his plate appearances, but does have his OPS up to 850. Matt Adams will come on to pinch hit for Elias Diaz, and he skies this one to center field, but a routine play right underneath it for the final out of the inning, as we end up stranding 2 runners. Dom Nunez is on for Diaz, who was pinch hit for at catcher. This one is hit down the line, gets fair against the shift, and it will keep rolling almost all the way to the wall, and it'll be a 1-out double, as Senzatella is in a little more trouble, and that would do it for his day, as Tyler Kinley will make his 6th appearance. He's pitched 7 2/3 with an ERA over 4 so far this year. that slider in at 91 miles per hour, and then comes back with another one on the edge, and it is a strikeout. As now 1-2 count with 2 outs. This one's hit to Trevor Story. Has to make the quick play and does just that to help Tyler Kinley get out of the inning. Chris Owings with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. He hits this one into right field. This one will get all the way to the wall as Owings will head to second and stay there for a 1-out double. Owings with a couple of nice appearances so far. That's his 4th double as our super utility man Hampson tries to get one down. Instead, it'll be a 2-2 count on the edge. Called ball, so 3-2 count. He's worked it full. And nice discipline there to draw the walk. So to be runners on first and second, and we'll have another change as Suarez is on now. He's appeared in 8 games with an ERA of 3, and Jonathan Daza will come on as our pinch hitter for Raimel Tapia, who has struggled this year, like I said. Daza hits it to the third baseman, and it is a double play as Bohm does it pretty much all himself. And now it'll be David Hale on the mound as the Phillies are working through their bullpen so far in today's game, in the first game of the series. Blackman hits this one hard to right field, but Harper is able to track it down for the first out of the bottom of the 7th inning. Now Trevor Story up. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a walk and gets this one past Bohm at third base. It'll roll all the way up to the wall, bounce around, and the throw comes in from McCutchen, and it's another hit for Trevor Story, who is absolutely starting to come alive and really on a hot streak right now. CJ Chrome, who hit a homer earlier, will fly this one to center field, and that will allow Trevor Story to tag up and get in as he advances. So now 1 runner on third for Ryan McMahon. This one is able to be stopped by Hoskins, who flips it, and a nice defensive play by Reese Hopkins for the final out of the inning. Now we head into the 8th. Kinley still on the mound, and this one is crushed to right field by Bryce Harper. Is his 5th homer on the season and allows them to extend their lead out to 3 runs. And now Kinley still out there as JT Realmuto's up, and he hits this one hard deep on the foul pole. It bounces off. That's the 8th home run for Hoskins as the wheels have fallen off for the Rockies. Tyler Kinley really struggling. Just leaves that one right in the middle of the plate. And now we'll bring in Carlos Estevez for his 9th appearance, as we'll see if he's able to really slow down this Phillies offense, who've put up 7 runs so far today. Gets weak contact there. Nice play by Fuentes at third. Gregorius up, misses on the edge, right on the black, and Estevez will allow the walk. McCutchen hits this one up the middle, and it'll be Hampson on. He'll fire to third base, almost in time, but it will be runners on the corners for Brad Miller in the 8 hole. There's a big strikeout, 97 low in the zone for the 2nd out of the inning. Now an 0-2 count, and the big slider gets him swinging as Estevez escapes the jam, and we're still down 4 runs. Man on first, Fuentes hits this one into right field. So 2 runners on to start off the inning, and now they'll bring in Archie Bradley, the former Arizona Diamondback, to make his 8th appearance. Still has not allowed a run so far this year. Owings hits this to center field. It bounces off the center fielder, and now we have a little bit of a log jam on the base pass, and the throw home has time to spare as Dom Nunez is thrown out. Just a weird play is we had Nunez go back to second looking to tag up and end up with no one scoring there, but now on the sac fly that will score a runner. So we've cut it to a 3-run lead in the bottom of the 8th with a man on third with 2 outs, and the top of the lineup coming up. Jonathan Daza hits this one to Bohm at third base. He bobbles it, fires it, and not in time. Another run will score, and that'll bring up Charlie Blackman, and just a chance to really get back in this game with 1 swing. It's hit into right field. Nice play there as we'll have runners on first and second with Trevor Story up at the plate. 2 for 3 today, and the knuckle curve up in the zone. He just misses it and now goes down swinging on the fastball outside of the zone. So no more damage done. We'll head to the top of the ninth. Now to the bottom of the ninth, Jose Alvarado on for the save opportunity. He has one blown save so far, and it'll be CJ Chrome up at the dish on the 1-2 count. Gregorius, and that's your major league leader in errors, his 7th on the season, and we're not even through the month of April. Ryan McMahon up, 0-1 count, hit to Bohm, and the 5-4-3 double play for the second out of the inning. And now we're down to our final out, down by 2 runs. Looks like we maybe had a little bit of a rally there, but Dom Nunez up at the plate, misses on the 100-mile-per-hour fastball. He hits triple digits. Alvarado gets him once more, this time with the sinker at his knees out of the zone. And the Philadelphia Phillies secure the victory in Game 1 of the series. A great offensive performance from them. Our offense just could not do enough at the end of the day to secure the victory, and our pitching staff wasn't superb. Senzatella settled down after a rough start, but Tyler Kinley didn't help us at all either. So we simmed through the rest of April. Philadelphia beats us 6-4. They have 10 hits, homers by Story, Blackmon, and Rogers. 2 RBIs by Brendan Rodgers, who gets back in the lineup and continues his hot streak. And then the Philadelphia Phillies secure the sweep as 2 RBIs by Hampson and doubles by McMahon, Hampson, Fuentes, and Nunez. We had 10 hits in this game, but only 2 runs. Herman Marquez goes 6 innings of 3-run ball. Then we finally do pick up a victory against the San Francisco Giants, as it was John Gray on the mound. He allows 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts in 5 innings. Homers by Trevor Story and Chris Owings weren't enough in Game 2 of the series, as the offense came alive for San Francisco, and Austin Gomber, back to the form that we saw early on in the year, only able to go 1 2/3 inning, allowing 9 runs. In the final game of the series, we are blown out, giving up 16 runs to the Giants. In this game, Senzatella allows 7 earned runs. Then we start a series against the Diamondbacks, lose by 1 run, as Sam Hilliard goes yard in that game, but 3 homers by the Diamondbacks, and Kyle Freeland goes 6 innings of 2-run ball. Then we pick up a victory against the Diamondbacks in a game in which we get some offensive output, 11 hits, only 1 run allowed by Marquez, as he goes 6 1/3. So through the month of April, we're in last place in the NL West at 9-17. The Padres are also a game under 500, leading us in RBIs and batting average, also on base percentage, and third in slugging percentage. First in OPS is Brendan Rodgers, with the best month of his career by far. No other month comes close. He has been absolutely crushing the baseball. Super happy with how he's performed so far, and hopefully he can continue that and truly reach the potential that had him taken 3rd overall in the draft. An update on our farm system now is we see Chichi Gonzalez and Ryan Valade both have a strong first month of the season. Final move we will make is adding Ben Bowden back to the Major League roster. He will be actually our only lefty on the roster right now, as he's been pretty good in AAA after getting sent down after a really bad first appearance. He has an ERA around 2 in AAA, and hopefully he can get back on track. You can see the Braves lead the NL East. Cubs are in first place in a very tight division so far, and we're 7.5 games back from the Los Angeles Dodgers. But I hope you did enjoy today's episode. If you did, please leave a like down below and comment down below who impressed you the most in the month of April for the Colorado Rockies. Who was the most surprising? And this could really be you were surprised that they've been playing so well, or at how much they've struggled so far this year. Also, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more of the Colorado Rockies franchise. I think next episode we're going to go through the entire month of May as we move forward in this season and get a better idea of where this team stands at. Right now we're only at 9-17 and not doing super great, but we'll get an idea of where we stand for the rest of the year. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.